Hi Taurus, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly horoscope for the month of September. This is a huge month for all of us because Mars is going to station retrograde on September 9th at 28 degrees of the cardinal fire sign of Aries, and it stations direct on November 13th at 15 degrees of Aries. Mars is the planet of ambition and action and passion and sexuality and vitality, but it also symbolizes war and aggression. And Mars has been transiting in your 12th house of hidden matters and spirituality and dreams since it entered Aries on June 27th. And it's going to remain in that house until January 6th of 2020 when it enters your sign and enters your first house of new beginnings. So it's imperative for you to use this time to recharge and take some kind of action to practice self-care as you strategize for the future, because next year is going to be a big deal with Mars beginning the year transiting in your first house of new beginnings. That's a new 2-year cycle of really taking action to get ahead and make new beginnings in your life. But right now is a time of reevaluation and reconsideration. It's also a time for you to recharge and to relax and to release things that are blocking your progress. It's been such an intense year for all of us, and all of these planets in Capricorn, which led the beginning of the year when Saturn and Pluto made that historical conjunction at the world axis in your house of world vision and promotion and publicity and higher learning. That was a life-changing cycle that changed the world on the collective, death and rebirth and metamorphosis, and working within restrictions and limitations. Now is the time to return the things begun this year. You've been working on whether or not you have been working or if things have changed in your life, as they have for everybody. This is a year where people have been hustling in every way they can, and it's been a very tough year. So it is time to seek meditation, manifesting, working with your imagination. What do you want to manifest, to bring into your life? What is your plan for the future? What can you do to practice self-care, which I think is really important in all of this. So this is a time to reconsider all of this and to also get things done. You're a very hard-working earth sign, but you have patience. You're not an impatient sign. You are a fixed earth sign that's very grounded. So for you, it's not going to be as difficult to take time to get things done, but you are stubborn, as fixed signs often are. So just going with the flow with this, as we all have to, because this is going to be a tough time, but one where if you take the time to seek self-care and balance in your life and work with your dreams and not give up on the dreams, this could be very positive for you moving ahead. We begin the month on September 2nd with a full moon in Pisces that takes place in your house of friends and groups and networking. And it's a full moon at 10 degrees of Pisces that forms a beautiful sextile to Uranus in Taurus, which is in your first house of new beginnings. So this could be a good full moon for bringing completion to projects that maybe you've been working with friends, or maybe you've been networking and promoting yourself online, looking for new work opportunities, or seeking new types of communities. This is a good full moon for completion and also for obtaining your wishes, because the 11th house is the house of wishes, and that's a nice full moon that gives a gentle energy to it. And then on the 5th of September, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, exits the sign of Virgo, where it's been transiting in your house of romance and creativity, and enters the sign of Libra in your house of work and daily routine and health regimen. and habits. And Mercury will be transiting in this house until September 27th. So again, this is a good time for you to find ways to work on your routine so that's not overwhelming. It's a good time for communication with work projects, and it's good for practicing new health routines. With Mercury transiting in the house it rules, that is the Virgo house in astrology. And on September 6th, Venus, which is the planet of love and beauty and money and creativity, enters the sign of Leo. And this is your house of home and family and emotional foundation. And it's in this house until October 2nd. And this is a great time for you to beautify your home, to find fulfillment in your home as you're seeking more balance and getting rest and working on your health routine and simplifying your habits and all of this, with Mercury in your house of health and daily habits. So I think that Venus in the fourth house is excellent for you for finding some joy in your home and in your emotional foundation, getting your needs met in a difficult time. And on September 9th, that's the big day for all of us when Mars does station retrograde. We'll feel that energy. We really are feeling it now. I'm taping this at the end of August, and Mars has already been clashing with planets in Capricorn, giving us a preview of Mars in retrograde, where things need to be slowed down and there will be delays for all of us. So, recognizing that part of it. And so that's Mars retrograde. So September 9th is the big day of the month, and Mars in Aries is a big part of the second part of the year, as much as the planets in Capricorn, which transformed the year at the beginning in January. So Mars stations retrograde. Then on September 12th, Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and abundance and how we magnetize good fortune, and also the planet of higher learning and vision, stations direct at 17 degrees of Capricorn. And this is in your house of optimism and hope and higher learning. And this is a good time for you to review how you can manifest new opportunities, how you can learn new things going forward, because you're preparing for a major career cycle in this, in the next few years, really, because at the end of the year, both Saturn and Jupiter in Capricorn will be entering your house of career and life goals. And that's a major time for you professionally. So again, getting rest, learning, reviewing your habits and routines so that you can prepare for the end of this year and the beginning of next year in particular, when it's a lot of new beginnings and a lot of cardinal energy for you to move ahead in your goals. So excellent time for taking classes and webinars and marketing classes, or excellent for you to find ways to, maybe you're teaching something that your skills. So it's excellent for learning and dispersing information. And on September 17th, we have a new moon that takes place at 25 degrees of Virgo. And this falls in your house of romance and creativity and self-expression and love affairs. And this is a really nice new moon because it's trining the planets in Capricorn in your house of hope and optimism, and it falls in your house of romance. So this could be a good new moon for setting intentions around romance and creativity and love affairs and fun and creative projects and self-expression and just being creative in so many different ways. But that's a nice new moon to look to. And on September 22nd, we have the spring equinox, and the sun enters the sign of Libra and will be transiting in your house of daily routine and work, where Mercury will be transiting until the end of September, and the sun will be transiting in this house until October 22nd. And this brings light again to how you take care of yourself. And on September 28th, We have Venus in Leo forming a beautiful trine to Mars in Aries, and Venus is in your house of home and emotional foundation, trining Mars in your 12th house of spirituality and dreams. And this is very creative energy for just feeling good about things you want to manifest. And again, for maybe they're creative projects, maybe you're working from home and starting new things and you want to have your own business and you're taking steps to figure out how you move ahead with all of that. And on September 29th, Saturn stations direct at 25 degrees of Capricorn in your ninth house of higher learning and wisdom. And Saturn is the big player of the year because Saturn rules the stellium in Capricorn, and we've been dealing with this historical lineup of planets in Capricorn. And that will be a big deal for all of us as well, because we'll feel that energy 5 days before and 5 days after. And now we'll have 2 planets direct in the sign of Capricorn. Again, planning how you can manifest, how you can learn, how you can prepare for when Saturn and Jupiter enter your house of career at the very end of this year. So I wish you a lot of luck, Taurus, and it's going to be a big fall for all of us. Try to keep your patience, which I think you will. Try to practice some self-care, and thank you very much.